Well, I don't shut up too often, so the opportunity to speak has been fantastic. I've literally travelled the world as a speaker, opening conferences in Dubai, speaking in America, touring China with a book. I think finding other passions has been really important, and the speaking circuit has been great for me. I've travelled Australia doing exactly that, motivating and encouraging people to achieve their goals and empowering people. And that again has come from sport. The lessons I've learned and been able to interpret and pass on has been something that most people perceive and pretty easily understand, and so that gives me opportunities to do more. So travel is a big thing in my life, but also the opportunity to do what I love. And I couldn't go past my greatest achievement of all time, which is my family, my 3 beautiful daughters. So that's a massive thing, I think, whether I'm an athlete or not, to have 3 beautiful kids that love me. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know that I could take that time into account. I think the entire time, whether it's in the beginning, when in the highlights, when you've got a gold medal around your neck, everyone loves you and they want to pat you on the back, and it's great. And when things really suck, and when you're not getting the results and you're sitting down at the track crying because you think your career's over and it's all stuffed, having really key people in your life, coaches, people that are on the exact same page and understanding as you are with your goals, is very, very important. To be able to go home and have my wife understand exactly why I'm feeling the way I do, because she knows that this is the goals and I'm not on target or we're ahead, whatever, really, really important. The great thing for me also was my mum and dad. My dad was fantastic, made it very clear from the start. No matter how good you get, don't ever forget where you come from, and make sure you keep your foot on the ground, was his words to me, and he served me very, very well. A few birthday parties. My oldest daughter was born 4 days after I got home from the World Championships, and I think I've missed her birthday pretty much every year for the first 8. So that was a big thing. We actually convinced her that she was born at a different time just so that we could have the party when I was in the country. I think that's probably the main thing. I'm sure there's been plenty of parties and plenty of things that you've had to say no to, but the flip side to that was there was plenty of other things that come my way because I said no when I needed to. So I don't know that I missed a great deal. I gave up butter. Yeah, I sort of like it. I'm not really sure, but yeah, don't do butter. I also a lot of good foods. Like a very, very wise nutritionist once said to me, Don, eating a sausage roll for breakfast is probably not ideal. So that I had to sacrifice that, which was a shocker, and a big M that went with it. They were nice. Apart from that, no, I don't know that I've missed a great deal. On the track, definitely would be the gold medal at the World Championships and the bronze medal. That followed very quickly with a low when I woke up the next day and I had the gold and the bronze medal that I'd slept with imprinted on my body, and that really hurt for a while, so I didn't sleep with my medals after that. Winning the medal, the bronze medal, my first ever Paralympic medal at the Sydney Paralympic Games in my country, having people from the Institute of Sport, people, family, friends and supporters there, that was bloody awesome. And then to be able to carry the Australian flag at the World Championships for me was probably a single highlight of mine, although it was one of my worst results in competition, come back injured and needed surgery, but the feeling of leading the country when you're so patriotic and will do anything for this country was so satisfying, and it was something that was relatively out of my control. I was selected by my peers, and so it was a really fantastic feeling. Definitely highlights. Definitely lowlights when you miss teams. I literally bookend my career by missing out on a Paralympic Games and missing out on a Paralympic Games, and that sucks. Like the times when you don't get what you want. Any injuries, every time I had an injury, the first thought goes through your head is, that's it, I'm done. Whether it's a stress fracture in my back during the Sydney Paralympic Games, whether it's, a stress fracture in my good foot, my only foot, there's a knee surgery on my left knee, those sort of things, they're really disappointing, because on no area of the planning do you go, okay, we'll be injured here. And so when that comes up, that stuffs everything up. It stuffs all that preparation, and you have to change things. And I didn't like that. It was it was annoying to have those injuries. But fortunately, I think the low light again is turned around by having so much great support that we knew that we could fix these things, and we knew how to with the people in the Institute of Sport, but we also had the belief that this is not the end, this is just a hurdle in the process. It's funny because every time I got information from the ACE program, the first thing I did is say to myself, no, I'm sorted, I've got a good job. But then I looked at what the ACE program was doing for other athletes. And then what I did then is I took that upon myself to think, well, hang on a minute, if we've got a program that's able to offer assistance by speaking to an employer about flexible work hours, or speaking to a university about being able to be accommodating, then surely I should be able to speak to my employer about these things. So knowing that somebody else was doing something empowered me to then go and do that for my own, and it certainly helped a great deal. So indirectly, absolutely, the ACE program was a massive support.